What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know me, my name is Will. I'm a real estate agent out here in Los Angeles, California, and on my channel I talk about real estate, business, entrepreneurship, and I help newer agents on their journey in the real estate industry. If you aren't already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Today, guys, is the video. We're going to be covering Exp Realty versus Keller Williams. Now, as many of you know, I worked with both companies, okay? I'm currently with Exp and I'm very happy with them, but I did work at Keller Williams for a year and a half to start off my career. Not only am I going to be giving you my thoughts on both companies, I'm going to be giving you the facts about both companies. So we're going to cover things from the learning and education to the fees to overall operation and how both companies work to tools and technology that the companies give you and the different ways to earn income with both companies. Yeah, guys, it's a jam-packed video today. All of my new agents out there that are really seriously considering these two companies, this video I do think is going to give you a lot of clarity at the end, so please make sure to take notes as we go. I'm going to go over everything pretty quickly because there's a lot of ground to cover. Now, just a few things before I get started. These are very important things that I have to state before we actually get into the video. Keller Williams is a franchise-owned real estate company, and what that means is every single Keller Williams you go to is probably going to have different fees than what another Keller Williams has. What I'm going to be going over today is pretty standard though for everything. Now, when I say that the fees are going to be different, I'm not talking about like you're just going to have some massive difference where you can't even recognize that that's Keller Williams anymore. They all have the same system of the way they do things, but your cap is going to be different depending on what market center you're with. Like I'm in LA, so obviously it's going to be a bit more, but we're going to talk about that a little bit more once I'm actually writing down all of the fees for you guys. Exp Realty, on the other hand, is a cloud-based brokerage, so the information I'm going to be giving you is what you will be getting if you join Exp if you're in the United States. So if you're in the US, everything that I'm going to be giving you for the fees is what you're going to be paying and what your split's going to be, what the cap is going to be. Nobody has anything different. So now that we have those two things out of the way, let's not waste any more time and get right into the video. So we're going to start off with the operation and overall way that both companies work, starting off with Exp Realty. As I mentioned, Exp Realty is cloud-based, so all of our meetings and classes do take place in Exp World. Exp World has nearly 1,000 employees ready and able to assist you in anything you need help with, from agent onboarding to accounting to general questions. Our brokers at Exp can be found and spoken to in the broker room in Exp World. So if you have any questions related to the transaction process or any help with contracts, you can just go to the broker room and they will be able to help you out. Exp World is very convenient because everything is in one place on your laptop. And if you are someone who feels like, you know what, I really do need a physical office, the cool thing is about Exp is they do have a partnership with Regis Commercial Buildings, and because of that, you have access to the Regis Commercial Buildings business lounges for free, and then you can also get your own personal office at a discounted price because you are an Exp agent. Now with Keller Williams, the way they operate and work, as I mentioned before, Keller Williams is franchised owned, so you're gonna have physical brick and mortar Keller Williams offices all throughout your city. All of your support and classes will be at your Keller Williams office. And now I'm not sure how it goes with other Keller Williams. As I mentioned before, I am in Los Angeles, and the cool thing that I experienced at my Keller Williams is if I had a client who was local to a certain Keller Williams that was not my own market center, I was able to hit up the office manager at the Keller Williams that my client was closest to, and I can let them know, hey, I have a client and they're local to your Keller Williams office. I was wondering if my client and I can meet at your office so we can have our appointment, and obviously, you know, they would approve for me unless the office was super packed and busy that day, but that was something that I liked because it felt like everybody was just on each other's team. So that was something that was really cool about Keller Williams. Now moving on to the learning and education aspect of both companies. Now at Exp Realty, you do have 70+ hours a week that is devoted to agent development. Brand new agents are assigned a mentor. If you are either a new agent or an agent who hasn't closed 3 deals within the last 12 months, Exp will auto assign you a mentor for your first 3 transactions. And as I mentioned before, you do have support from your brokers in Exp World where you can ask them any transaction related questions, and you also have a personal concierge for your first year at Exp Realty. This personal concierge is going to help you with everything company related, so any company questions you have, like, hey, who can I talk to about this, or I have a specific issue, where can I go in Exp World, they're going to direct you with all of that so you can have an accurate understanding of the company and end of Exp World. At Keller Williams, you are going to have weekly classes and team meetings. Some classes that I took were ones like Ignite, which really helped newer agents with the home buying process and the listing process and listing presentations and buyer's consultations and working with clients in general. I thought Ignite was a great class for brand new agents. There is a paid training program called Bold at Keller Williams. I never personally took it, but I did hear great reviews from it. Most of my past agents at Keller Williams did say that Bold was great, but Bold is $800. Now, Keller Williams does offer mentorship. I kind of had to go after my mentor. And as I mentioned at EXP, you're auto-assigned a mentor. So you don't really have to go surfing for one and go and trying to find one. My experience at KW, I did have to go and try to get my mentor myself. If I never spoke up, I would have never gotten a mentor, which was something that I didn't really like, because when you're a new agent, you're very intimidated. There's just a lot going on and a lot for you to process. So you having to go and get yourself your own mentor, which you probably don't even know how to do, is already going to be something that's hard for you. Now, I am not saying that every single Keller Williams is like that. You may have some Keller Williams offices where they can identify that you're a new agent or someone who hasn't closed a certain amount of deal in the last 12 months, and they'll get on top of it and assign you a mentor. All I'm saying is that was not my experience. So don't expect them to give you a mentor, and don't expect to just go in there and, you're going to have to go find one yourself. Anything could happen at your Keller Williams office. This is something you need to talk to them about when you are interviewing them. Next up, we're going to talk about the support and tools at both companies. And for EXP, I'm going to give you a little firsthand look at my EXP Enterprise so you can see exactly what is being offered to us. So let's go ahead and do that now. Alrighty guys, so we are in EXP Enterprise right now. So let me just show you guys a little bit. So obviously right up front, you can see company information, the website, investor stuff, and all this news and whatever. And then if you go over here to the left, you'll see your dashboard, your revenue share dashboard, transaction overview, and all of that other good stuff, business related. But this is where the most important part is right here for me, since we're on the topic of tools. These are where your tools are for EXP, right? So for the first thing over here, we have SkySlope. SkySlope is a transaction management program, which is great. My transaction coordinator just uploads all of my documents that are needed. It's a great way to organize your transactions and have an understanding of what you need left. It lets you know hey, these contracts aren't finished. You need to submit them before closing. So it's a great transaction management tool. Over here is KV Core, and I know in some of my other videos I've spoken a little bit about KV Core. It's a lead generation platform as well as a website and a CRM. There's a lot to go over with KV Core, but just kind of a little breakdown. That's what it is. It's amazing, and the cool thing about KV Core is your website does come with IDX Broker for free, which basically gives access to your clients so that they can go on your MLS and search up properties. It's basically your own personal search engine for your clients, which is great and very professional. I have my own personal website. I pay $75 a month for IDX, just so you have an idea of that. And KV Core itself can potentially be thousands of dollars a year. So you're saving a lot of money by EXP giving it to you for free. Making It Rain is another cool program. It's an advertising program to send potential home buyers to your lead generation website, which is really great. I've heard good reviews about it. EXP World over here, so you can access that, and EXP World guest form, and then ShareWorks, where all of us agents can access our stock and all of our stock rewards. And then you go down over here for resources and education. You have your Explore guide for everything you need to know about EXP, your knowledge base and tech support, your education calendar so you can see when all the meetings are and when all your classes will be. And here if you want to apply to become a mentor. And then for marketing and branding, for your signs and business cards. And then over here you have all of your flyers and listing presentations and all of that good stuff. And then in your brand store to buy merchandise for EXP. So just notice how everything is really nice and organized over here for EXP, so everything is in one place. I love Enterprise so much because you don't have to go surfing through different things to find specific things for EXP. Literally everything you would need for your business is going to be right here on Enterprise, so it's something that I enjoy a lot. Now, those were most of the tools on EXP Enterprise. As far as the support goes, you're going to be finding most of your support in EXP World. And now with Keller Williams, most of your support is going to be at the office. And over there, you can connect with agents and you can talk to other agents and see if there's anything you need help with or any questions you have. I thought that was something that was really cool because every Tuesday at the team meetings, I was able to connect with a lot of different people, from title to lenders to different agents, and just talk to people. So I thought it was something that was pretty cool. Now, as far as tools and technology goes, Keller Williams has KW Command, which is a lead generation slash CRM slash transaction management tool. And I thought that KW Command was great. I thought everything was really cool. It was a great way for me to organize my leads. I thought it was something that was really cool. And now another thing that they have as far as tools and technology goes is they have something called Kelly, which is an AI voice activated personal assistant for real estate agents. So you can ask her questions like property related questions. I really didn't use Kelly too much. I didn't really find it that helpful or useful. Some other agents did. I just personally didn't really find it that helpful, so I didn't use it, but it's an option that you have with Keller Williams. All right, guys, are you ready? We are going to go into the fees of both companies. I am going to pull out my Surface Pro and I'm going to write everything down for you guys. We're going to have a breakdown of both companies' fees. Not only did I give you a breakdown of both fees, but I also did give an example of a commission and what you would make if you're with Keller Williams versus if you're with EXP. So I'm really going to give you guys a great breakdown of both of them. So let's go ahead and do that now. All right, guys, let's go ahead and break down both fees of both Exp Realty and Keller Williams. I'm going to go over everything pretty quickly, so just make sure to pay attention and follow along. So starting off with Exp Realty, the joining fee at EXP is going to be $149 to start. Okay, and then your monthly fee is going to be $85. Your first month is included in your $149 in your startup fees for Exp Realty. And now with the joining fee, you do get 1,000 free business cards, okay, and EXP folders. So you get a little bit of cool stuff with that. And now moving on to the split at Exp Realty, it is going to be 80-20. And remember I mentioned earlier on in the video, your splits and fees at EXP, if you are in the United States, are going to be same for everybody. So everything I'm showing you here, if you're in the United States, expect to be paying this. So it's going to be an 80-20 split. Okay, 60-40 if you're going to be with a mentor. And that is only for your first 3 transactions. All right. So 80-20 regular split, 60-40 if you're with a mentor. And then you'll have a $40 E&O insurance fee. Okay. And then that caps at $500. And then you're going to have a $25 broker review fee. And then our cap at EXP is going to be $16,000, okay? And again, that's across the board, $16,000 for everybody. And then after you hit this cap, you're going to just have a $250 transaction fee. This transaction fee does cap at $5,000, okay? Now, if you do end up capping the $5,000 transaction fee as well, you become an Icon agent. Excuse my messy writing, please don't mention that in the comment section. I know it's not the best. But anyways, yeah, you're going to be an Icon agent if you cap after that. And then what happens is if you do hit Icon agent status, you are going to get your $16,000 back in company stock. No, I'm not lying. Like, that's actually what happens at EXP. You do get your $16,000 back in company stock, which is great because you're basically like barely even paying any cap at all or any commission at all to EXP. So yes, it's wonderful, and it really gives you an incentive to work hard and become an elite agent. Now, after you cap the $250 transaction fee, your transaction fee gets reduced to $75, and that does not cap. So it's just going to be $75 and then your $25 broker review fee. If you really do meet all of those caps, then that's all it's going to be from then on out. Now with Exp Realty, okay, out of a $10,000 commission check, okay, going based off of everything that I just wrote down for you guys, you are going to net $7,935. That is going to be your take-home pay when you are with Exp Realty if it is a $10,000 commission check. Remember, guys, if you do have a mentor, this is going to be different, okay? It's going to be less than this, but everything that I'm calculating, we're going based off of not having a mentor. So if you want to calculate it based off of a mentor, it's pretty simple. Just, it's going to be a 60-40 split rather than an 80-20. So just do that at the very beginning, and then just minus whatever I wrote down here, and then you'll be able to come up with your net commission. But again, this is just for your 80-20 split and then all of the other fees that you will be paying. Now moving on to Keller Williams. The joining fee at Keller Williams, you can expect it to be anywhere from like $150 to $300. And then I paid $45 a month to be at my market center. Again, I really just want to remind everybody, this could be different. This could be different whichever Keller Williams you're going to go to, but the system that I'm going to be having and writing down is basically going to be the same at every single Keller Williams. And then if you are going to be having a desk at Keller Williams, like you want to rent out a desk, you can expect yourself to pay another $150 to $300 every single month. And now let's get down to the splits. So at Keller Williams, I was under a 70-30 split, and then with a mentor, okay, you can expect it to be anywhere from like 15 to 25%. I was paying 25%. For my mentor fee. It could be negotiable, so anywhere from 15 to 25% is what you can expect. But again, we are going to be going based off of the 70-30 split. Now, with the 70-30 split, you do actually also have a 6% royalty fee. So automatically, your 70-30 split is going to go down to 64-36. This 6% royalty fee, from what I know, should be at every single Keller Williams in the US. And the 70-30 split is pretty common and standard for most new agents. So because of your 6% royalty fee, you drop down to a 64-36 split. Now, I do want to mention your royalty fee caps at $3K. And my transaction fee at Keller Williams was $350. My E&O insurance was $175 at Keller Williams. I just want to mention something about the E&O insurance. For all of my new agents out there, you really shouldn't be paying anything more than $100 for your E&O insurance. I have actually heard of many KW agents who are paying around like $80, $90, $100. I really don't know why mine was $175 at my KW. From what I remember, my E&O insurance capped. It was somewhere around like the 2000. It could have been even more than that, to be honest with you. I just forgot what my cap was with my E&O insurance. But I have heard from other KW agents that their E&O insurance doesn't actually cap, and they just keep paying, and theirs was like $70 or $80. So make sure to just have that conversation with whoever you're interviewing and just make sure you know about the E&O insurance. And I just want to mention, of course, the transaction fee and E&O insurance at both Exp Realty and Keller Williams is paid per transaction. This is not something you're paying monthly. The cap at my Keller Williams was $22,000, but because of the royalty fee, it went up to $25,000. And again, I'm in Los Angeles. This is my marketplace, so $25,000 is really expensive, of course, but I am in LA. But regardless of whether I'm in LA, I don't care what place I'm in, 25 grand a year is 25 grand a year, and you're not getting that back in any form of stock, no matter how good you're doing with the company. So that is something to take into consideration, but of course, it is going to be different wherever you're at. And now, my take-home pay for a $10,000 gross commission check is $5,875. Now, let me tell you guys something. Obviously, this was something that I complained about in the why I left KW video, because you have to remember, I had a mentor at this time. So you're talking about another 25% taken out. If you're going to be joining KW, negotiate. Try to get the most that you can if you really do feel like KW is the option that you want to go with. Just as a reference, by the way, okay, most agents are using a transaction coordinator, so you can deduct another $300 to $500 if you are going to be using a transaction coordinator. All right, guys, so those were the fees for both companies. Let me know down in the comments section below what you thought about that. What do you think about the difference of fees between EXP and Keller Williams? Did you see anything interesting? Did anything catch your eye about it? Any questions you have about it? Leave it down in the comments section below. And now for the final thing that we are going to compare between Keller Williams and Exp Realty, we are going to be comparing the income opportunities at both companies. Now with Exp Realty, you have rev share. Rev share gives agents an opportunity to earn another stream of income based off of the producing agents that they sponsor into the company. Rev share goes down 7 tiers, and you earn a specific percentage based off of each tier. So for example, if you recruit somebody into the company, whoever they recruit, they will also be under you, and so on and so forth, going down 7 tiers. The great thing about rev share that so many EXP agents love is that the money you make out of rev share comes out of EXP's gross commission after every single sale. So it's not coming after any expenses, it's coming before all of the expenses. And now, just as a heads up, the revenue share that you make does not affect the agent you sponsored at all. So they're not going to have to sacrifice some of their commission in order for you to get your piece of the commission. It all comes out of EXP's pockets. And then of course, EXP is also known for their stock programs. We spoke a little bit about getting your $16,000 cap back in a form of stock if you become an Icon agent, but there's so much more to it. You have many awards that you can get with EXP, such as if you sponsor someone into the company, the first deal that they close, you get a $200 stock reward out of that. If they cap, you get a $400 stock reward out of that. Your first sale every anniversary year, you get a $200 stock out of that. And then if you cap, you get a $400 stock out of that. So there's many different ways to get rewards with EXP when it comes to the stock. And then you also have the agent equity program, which I am personally signed up under because I think it's great. Every deal that you close out of your net commission, EXP will take 5% of your net commission and put it into company stock, and they purchase the stock for you at a 10% discount, which is phenomenal. It's basically setting you up to make more money, and it's an investment on autopilot, which is great. Now with Keller Williams, you have profit share, and profit share is their version of revenue share, right? And that also does go 7 tiers down. Now the thing about profit share with Keller Williams is they pay you after all of their expenses, not before. So because they're paying you after all of your expenses, they basically calculate what their profit is and they look into all the numbers and then they give you a small piece out of it. The issue with that is you're not making as much as you would revenue share wise at EXP, because once again, you're getting all of that before all the expenses, so you can just imagine the difference in that. I mean, I know agents at EXP who are making 5 to 6 figures every month. Okay, you probably were expecting me to say every year. No, every single month, some agents are making 5 to 6 figures. So it's something that is just completely life-changing. So yes, that is the difference between ways of income between both companies. With Keller Williams, you have 2 sources of income, and at EXP, you have 3 sources of income. Because unfortunately, Keller Williams just doesn't have any stock programs for their agents, so you don't really have any ownership in the company. So guys, I just broke everything down for you when it comes to kind of like the 5 biggest things between the 2 companies. Now just to give you a little bit of my own thoughts, because I worked at both companies, I think Keller Williams is a good company. Okay, I really do think it's great, and I know that I have a video where I basically talked about everything that I just didn't like with the company. There are a few good features about it, but coming from someone who worked at both companies, I don't want anyone thinking, oh, because he's with EXP, he thinks this and that and whatever, he's trying to recruit us. I'm really not. I'm not trying to recruit anybody. I mean, if you want to join EXP, that's great. We can talk about it or whatever. But seriously, I think that comparing the 2 companies is something that is just crazy to me, because there's way more opportunity at EXP. Sometimes I hear people complaining about EXP and their training and mentorship and all that stuff, but they're not even taking advantage of anything. Are you going to any of the classes? No. Are you going to any of the meetings? No. Are you trying to reach out to your mentor to meet up every week, or are you trying to actually put yourself out there, go into the broker room, understanding EXP world more? No, you're not. So how can you sit here and tell me that EXP isn't offering you that? I know they're offering me that because I actually experienced all this with EXP when I first joined. So I really do think that the comparison between the 2, EXP really is trying to set you up to be an elite agent, especially with the other sources of income that they give you. That is just something that is mind-blowing, because you're talking about selling real estate and only making that as your primary source of income to all of a sudden 2 other sources of income. We're not talking about a few $100 a month. Okay, if you're really taking advantage of these opportunities, your equity in the company is going to grow more and more, and that can set you up for retirement as well as revenue share. You're just residually getting paid, so you really don't have to worry about the next deal or chasing after the next deal. Again, if you want a deeper description as to what I didn't like about Keller Williams, just please go ahead and watch that video. I gave a full breakdown of everything I just didn't enjoy with the company, so just go ahead and check that out. Let me know what you thought about today's video, guys. I'm really hoping that I gave you more clarity between the 2 companies. And listen, if you have more questions about the 2, because there's so much more to go over, you know, we could sit here for like 5 hours and talk about the differences in both of them and all the little details. But If you really want to talk more about it, just book a free one-on-one phone call session with me using the link down below. We'll talk about it more and see what is the best fit for you. If you enjoyed today's video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, leave a like on the video, leave a comment down below. Make sure to follow me on my social medias. My Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok will be down in the description box below. Make sure to subscribe to my weekly newsletter. I post those every single Tuesday. But other than that, I hope you all have an amazing day, and I will see you all on the next one.